Welcome to Ignite Success. I'm your host, Snowden McFall, 25-year professional speaker, 6-time author, and coach. And with me today are two extraordinary ladies. We have Gabby White and her mom, Latoya, and we're going to learn all about how Gabby has founded Archy. So welcome, ladies. So happy to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. So tell us, Gabby, what is Archy?
Well, Archy is a business I created, me and my mom. It stands for architecture, reaching communities, and helping to inspire youth.
Wonderful. So this got started because of your research into STEAM and you found a major gap. Is that right?
Exactly. There's a major gap of architecture and also STEAM programs and even classes in clubs and schools and in Florida, which is really disappointing for people who might want to become an engineer or a computer scientist, and you expect with our Air Force base down here, there'd be more STEM stuff related, but there isn't.
And unfortunately, the statistics about women and girls in architecture are very low. Is that right?
Yes.
2%.
Yes,
2%.
Yes.
2% are African American, and then women are in very short supply in the field of architecture.
Yeah, I think those stats are around 20%. So it is obviously very, we're very underserved within the actual ratio or demographic of what it looks like in the landscape of, planning our city and being able to go ahead and create structure. So that's part of the reason why Gabby started doing what she was interested in and getting this started. Yeah.
And what is your background, Latoya? Because you're a great mom. You've obviously done a great job to raise such a bright girl. So tell us about your background.
Well, thank you. Well, my background, honestly, I'm a mom. I'm really just a mom. I'm
That's
a community member. I participate with a lot of different organizations. I've worked with different nonprofits before, Junior Achievement, Job Corps. So I've always really had a passion to serve others. And I just find that being a member of this community now, fortunately for almost 20 years, I've just found that anything that I can do to try to help our community be better so that we can, again, look more, holistically of what our actual demographic is, I definitely want to help with that. So as a parent, as a mom, also have an opportunity to volunteer with Parents Who Lead right now,
right.
Jacksonville Public Education Fund. I'm just definitely committed to seeing us grow and all of our kids have the opportunity. So it's great what she's doing.
That's terrific. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, JPEF is terrific. We've had Rachel Tutwiler Fortune on here,
awesome.
So it's a great show. So tell us, you got interested in STEM and STEAM. How? How did it just happen? You were just always good at sciences and you were always interested in it. How did that come about?
What happened is, I took winter vacation, up in New York, because that's where my father's from, and also it's near with most of my relatives left. So I went to New York and I found that they're having a program there at the architecture center there, and I just was oh well, this seems cool, so let me go. And I ended up going, and I ended up loving it. And it was amazing experience, even though it only lasted 2 days because it got snowed in one day.
So you developed a love of architecture early on.
Yes.
So are you taking art classes now and getting nurtured? I know your principal was here from your school. Where do you go to school?
I go to River City Science Academy.
Yes.
I go to the one on Beach Boulevard.
Which is terrific. I know that Sel was here supporting and encouraging you. So are you taking programs in that now to get better at that? Is that something you want to study more?
Yeah, it is something I want to study for, but unfortunately at my school we don't have art classes. Which is exactly the reason I have Archy, because there needs to be more, because science and STEM is important, but that's why that A is there.
Right. Unfortunately, this has been a really sad thing, because when I was growing up, and probably when you were growing up, we always had art.
Yes.
Just like we had gym and things like that, which they've cut out, which is awful. Art and music are so important to the development of our children and our youth as we grow up, but also an appreciation of all aspects of it, architecture being one of them, which is awesome. And you're also in a new book.
Yes.
Yes, by Ilana Rea, and that book is called what?
It's called Etre Girls, Who Do You Want to Be?
Which is super. And you're quoted in that book, right?
Yes, I'm the first quote in the book, which is a nice achievement,
Which is impressive. So how did you meet Ilana, and how did that come about?
Well, I met her, through the STEM squad. So it's a great place for people, interested in STEM to connect and and partner up on projects, anything.
So that's an internet, that's a website that you connected up with, and that's how you found each other. So this connects girls from all over the world, is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so have you had a chance to meet some of the other girls who are part of the program?
I met like a couple because they're locally there, you know, like in my area.
Right, Tony
and
Richardson.
Like I know them, and
yes.
I'm
and Taylor Richardson.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's wonderful. Yes, astronaut Starbright. Yeah. We had her on the show, and I know you're doing some exciting things. So tell us what kinds of programs Archy has in mind for the future. What do you have in mind?
I think I really want to get started on a website, which we do have in the works right now. We're also coming out with an educational product for schools, so you can use in classes. And it would be kind of cool to see like my thing being used in like my homeroom or something like that.
Terrific. What kind of program is that?
It will basically be like a set, you know, teachers can buy for their classroom, because, you know, with the lack of like art and music classes, unlike it used to be like in the past, we're gonna like really try to incorporate that and then mix it with STEM and like science and math, so teachers can like use that in their classes.
Which is wonderful, which is so important. So what message do you have for girls who are thinking about getting involved based on what you've seen happen with your wonderful daughter?
I mean, my message is really just as simple as what I always kind of push her to do. She says, gosh, Mom, you're always pushing me. But just, you know, be who you are and just really sit down and take the time to talk to your family members, your parents, your teachers, you know, your community members, and let them know what you're interested in, because there is a place for all of us. So there's definitely opportunities for girls everywhere, for all over the world. And we're big supporters of that. We want girls and kids to really find their talent, find their gifting, and just step out in it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm a big believer that girls and women are the future of the planet. So I couldn't agree more. Thank you for all you do. Keep up the great work. And thanks for being with us today.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.